बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नहमदुहु व नसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमईन। क़ाल अल्लाहु तआला फ़ी सूरह कलाम व इन यकादुल्लज़ीना कफ़रू लयुज़्लिक़ूनका बिअबसारिहिम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली वजअल ली वज़ीरम मिन अहली आमीन या रब्बल आलमीन। सुब्हानका ला इल्म लना इल्ला मा अल्लमतना इन्नका अंतल अलीमुल हकीम। Allahumma alhimni rushdi wa a'idhni min sharri nafsi. Dear brothers and sisters, I would like to welcome you all with Islamic greetings of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Kalam, Surah number 68, verse number 51, وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, and indeed those who disbelieved were almost close, لِيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ, make you slip with their eyes. One of the problems, one of the issues with us, with our society, is that we all want other people to feel that we are the best. And it does not only stop there, unfortunately. It goes in a very negative way. People think that if I have something, and I will let other people know that I have it, it will make me look or feel more important. It will make me look or feel superior to them. And this is one of the biggest problems we are facing with everyone, regardless of what is their age, regardless of where are they from, regardless of what religion they are following. This problem seems to be so normal, seems to be so much in our society that everybody is affected by this. And then what happens is, when you or anybody do this, you try to go around, show things, see I have this, I have that, blah, blah, blah. Then suddenly things starts getting bad. Things starts getting bad and it starts going backward in his life. And then the person is shocked that suddenly what has happened? This is where something called as evil eye, al-ayn as we say it in Arabic, this is where it starts affecting a person. Because you wanted other people to be jealous of you, you asked for it, and there it is. Now some people who are modernist or who think that they would not believe anything they cannot see, they would say, what is this ayn? What is this evil eye? What it has to do with the eyes and stuff? So, Ikhwan al-Muslimin, the very first thing is, evil eye does not have to necessarily do with your eyes. It's not like beam of rays, like Superman, it comes out and it affects people. No, it doesn't work like that. So let's start that what is evil eye? But before that, let me tell you one more thing. There are a lot of things in this world which we don't understand how it works. To start with, we all have TVs at our home, televisions, huge. Do we know how it works? We don't. We know it works, but we don't know how it works. You have a remote control controlling the TV. You press a button and the world changes. Suddenly from a beautiful natural scenery, it will go to a movie. Do you know how it works? We don't know how it works. There are some scientific things in X and Y and Z. Maybe the people who are in that field would know how to work. Internet. Wherever you are, you open your mobile, you tuck, and there you go. You have what you want. Do you know how it works? Can you see all those rays and beams affecting your life and affecting your mobile? Can you see how it works? You don't. But still, you see it working. And you don't question that. So, Ikhwan al-Muslimin, please remember, in this world, there are a lot of things we don't know how it works, but we see it happening. So remember that seeing is not always believing. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Al-aynul haqq," the evil eye is real, according to the narration of Muslim. And how much real is it? How much real it can get? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Falaq, وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدٍ, that and from the evil of an envier when he envies. Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, we all know that seeking protection from the person who is envy, and his or him or her being envy can affect you and me as a person. And the ayats which are recited from Surah Kalam, sorry, I think it's Surah Qalam, I keep on saying Qalam, Surah Qalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and indeed those who disbelieved were almost close to make you slip with their eyes. Even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being told that you be careful with what you are doing. See, Akhwan al-Muslimeen, it affects so much, or it can affect so much, with this being established from the Islamic point of view, that there is a saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Sahih al-Jami, and it is said that the hadith is Hasan by Sheikh Albani, that the evil eye enters a man into a grave. Evil eye can affect you so much that a man who is healthy, very fine, no issues, can end up in a grave. And a camel, same thing, can end up in a cooking pot. So it is very important for us to know about this. It is very important for us to learn about it. There are so many things around us. We look, and it's not like somewhere else. If you will just look around, it will be just person who is next to you, or maybe the person who is living next to your house, or the person who is, probably living in the next street. But sometimes we just overlook things. Sometimes we just tend to think, no, you know what, in this age of science and in this age of technology, what is this? Orthodox people, how this can happen? But ya Khan Muslimin, it does happen. So literal mean of ayn is eye, as we have said. However, technically it refers to when a person harms other person, casting an evil eye on him or her due to the jealousy. So as I have said in one word, does ayn has to do anything with the eyes? So no, it does not. Because sometimes a person can get affected by a jealousy, or can affect somebody by jealousy only by hearing about it. And maybe I knew a person who was, 15 years ago, who used to be with me. We used to work together. We both used to work, probably in our college days in the library. And then I know, what, he has got, 3 cars and 4 houses, and, and this jealousy which starts in me or anybody else, it can somehow affect the other person. Now, jealous and envy is caused mainly by you disliking something about the person out of hatred. For some reason, you feel that you were superior or you were more deserving, but you didn't get it. And somehow the other person, whom according to your thinking, who according to your understanding was not deserving or was not capable of it. So this envy, this hatred somehow affects, or somehow it gives fuel to the shaitan to become so powerful that it affects the other person in some way or the other. How? The exact reality, Allahu Alam. We would not know that, and maybe until the day of judgment we wouldn't know that. But if we see at the results, if we look around, we would see that these things are around so much. Before I go to the person, to the one who gets affected, let me tell you about the person who gets hatred in his or her heart. Ya Ikhwan Muslimeen, jealousy or hatred is the disease of a soul. A person who's jealous, his soul gets affected. His heart gets impure and his faith gets affected. That is why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said that jealousy is so bad that it eats up the sin as the fire eats up the wood. So this envy, this these feelings can destroy a person's faith. That is why if we study, we would see that this jealousy is not only a sin in Islam, but it is sin in almost all the major religions of the world. And another hadith of Jami at-Tirmidhi, beautiful hadith, that Prophet Muhammad says that there has come to you the disease of the nations before you, jealousy and hatred. And then Prophet Muhammad says that this is the destroyer that does not only destroy hearts, but it destroys faith. Because once a person starts getting jealous of the other person, he starts losing control. He starts losing control of his mind, of his tongue, of his feelings. And then that person would end up personally in a space where he cannot get the peace, where he cannot get in the state of peace only by thinking about that other person, what he or she is going through. And ya Ikhwan Muslimin, this is where most of the problems of getting involved into evil starts. A person, for his own personal satisfaction, would get involved in things which he or she knows are not allowed. And this is where the sin starts from. The person would start getting involved with the people who are the wrongdoers, who are dealing with the shayateen and jinns, and then that person just wants to destroy the other person at any cost. He or she don't care. He or she does not, it doesn't matter to them if that person is going to lose their life, their house, their children, or anything they have, only because they want this satisfaction, the fire burning in their heart. They are burning in that fire. They just want that thing to stop. And it never does. Because this state, when a person gets into this state, it's like a slide. Once you are on that slide, then that slide is only going down. Unless somebody turns towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asks that, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, get me out of this. Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us different. We have to accept that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you and me unique. We are who we are. If somebody is good in business, probably somebody else is good in intelligence. If somebody is good in education, probably somebody else is good in skills. If somebody is good as a doctor, maybe somebody else is good as an engineer. Remember, ya Ikhwan Muslimin, if you're not satisfied with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you, you will never be satisfied with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless you with. Just think, what if right now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you a choice that whatever you want in your life, it is just a click away. Think what you can think of. And probably most of us would be just blind. What do I need? $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, $1,000. Nothing is enough. Nothing is enough in this life. That is why it is very important to be contented with what you have. That is why it is very important to ask for the blessings, the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with what you have. That is why, ya Ikhwan Muslimin, it is very important, and I repeat, it is very, very important to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what He has blessed you with. If these things would not be there, if you are not happy and satisfied with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with, no matter what you have, you can never be satisfied with anything in your life. And when you are not satisfied with yourself, how can you be satisfied, or how can you be happy for others? And if you see, this is especially for our sisters who have got children and who are married. If you see, most of the time for our children, for those parents, the problem starts when their son, especially, having tilt towards his family. This is another big problem that starts. Because those parents are not ready to accept the fact that my child is going on the other side, is have tilt more towards the spouse. And then what happens? A lot of things can happen. Same way, brothers and sisters, sister and sisters. Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, it does not come from outside. I have nothing to do with you. You have nothing to do with me. So mostly it starts from in between, from the family. Yani from parents it's almost impossible, but there's nothing called as impossible. But mostly it starts within the family. It starts within the siblings. A daughter or a son would think, what, she's elder or he's elder, so he's being treated differently than I am. And the middle one or the the elder one or the middle one says, what, he's the younger one or she's the younger, so she gets everything. So up to one point, they can see, up to one point, they would bear whatever it is. But at some point, when they would see that they have a chance to do something wrong with them, then they would do it. This is something we cannot control fully. Of course we can't. But this is something we can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us with. Definitely we can. Shaykh al-Muslimin, this jealousy is not only a problem when it comes to the religion, but it starts with a person's psychology. It is one of the major illnesses in a person. This can get a person into a mental health issue. It can get a person into a depression. It can get a person into a state where a person would want to commit suicide because he's not happy. And this is what shaitan wants you to do. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered shaitan to do the sajda, he refused. Why did he refuse? Because of the kibr, because of the ego, because of the I. And till today, he wants to prove that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you were wrong. I was right. And see, I can still make him commit suicide in spite of the fact that you made all the angels go to sajda for him. And he wins. Why? Because we don't learn about things. We don't learn about our religion. We don't learn about Islam. And then when somebody would tell us something about the faith, about the Aqidah, about the Quran, about the Hukum, we would say, what you're saying is right, but it's not making any sense to me, It's not getting in there. Yani, for your whole life you have done nothing. It's like a doctor is trying to tell you that you have a disease. You have a heart disease. And you go like, but my heart is fine. I can see, I can hear it. It's still beating. I can still walk, run. And doctor will say, what, are you out of your mind? Only because you think your heart is beating and all the blood pressure is going around you and you can walk, do you think that is enough evidence for you to believe that you're okay? Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, the same way, if you have not learned about Deen, if you have not learned about Islam, if you have not put enough time to know what you are Muslim for, how would you expect everything to make sense to you? So if, coming back to the point, this jealousy, this hatred, if you want to get rid of it, Ya Ikhwan al-Muslimin, learn what you should do. Because without learning, without having knowledge, a faith is just on the verge of there it goes and now it's going to fall, and there it's going and now it's going to fall. Coming back to the next point. There's a narration of Ibn Majah. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was asked that who are the best people? He replied, the one with a clean heart and a truthful tongue. Subhanallah. If these two issues can get resolved, 90% of the problems of our society would get resolved. However, then Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was asked that we understand about the tongue. You're saying the truthful tongue, we understand. It's easy that whatever we have been asked or we are doing, we should be truthful. Well, what is the meaning of clean heart? And then Prophet Muhammad ﷺ answered, Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, this is for all of us to ponder upon clean heart, pure heart. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the pure heart is the one that is free of sin, that is free of transgression. Transgressor is the person who thinks that he's the king of the world, who thinks that this world would not run if he will not get up in the morning. This person is the one who thinks that everything revolves around him. So when this kind of person commits a sin, he do not only commit sins openly, but he tries to cross the limit as much as possible. Because in his mind, the shaitan has put these feelings that you are the only one who's running the matters of this world. So the person whom Prophet Muhammad says is best of the people is the one whose heart is free from sins, from transgressions, and from hatred, and from jealousy. See the effects of jealousy and all these things I was thinking, but right now I would really like to go on to the reasons of mostly why a person would get affected by the evil eye. Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, the main reason, the huge reason is show off. I want to tell people what all I have in my life. I am wearing an expensive watch and I want to talk with this hand, see this life, you go here and I just want to show I'm wearing a $50,000 watch. I just want to go and show around my mobile that you see in my mobile, I've got diamonds inserted and stuff like that. Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, showing off to the people. You want people to get jealous of you and you're asking for it. That yes, get jealous and then you get affected by the jealousy. Tell me honestly, Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, tell me honestly, how many people would you think would say MashaAllah about what you have? How many of the people would say Tabarakallah with what you have? How many of the people would be happy for you? And I don't have to tell you, you know by yourself. Why? Because they can't get it. So they would say, you know what? He's a cheat, a fraud. Must be doing some wrong kind of things. That's how he got, see, a huge chandelier, a huge car. Look at his house, look at the furniture. And what I'm saying is I'm not making up. Yani you can just look around and you'd find all these things going on. So ya Ikhwan Muslimin, the very first thing what we should do is stop calling people your home because you want to show off to them that what you have. Stop showing off your achievements. Stop showing off the achievements of your children through the social media. Stop doing it, ya Ikhwan Muslimin. This has destroyed the homes, the marriages, the couples. And I'm not making it up. Yani this is, everything is around us if you just go around and look at it. We are very happy. You know what? I went on a vacation. Where did you went? I went to there and went to here and this and that. And then what you do? I'm going to put all these pictures on social media. And my account is open to all. And when, somebody else sees, what does he says? The very first thing says, oh, this son of so-and-so. And he's not referring to son of father. He's referring to son of so-and-so, some other so-and-so. And then he's saying a cheat, a fraud. Look at this, how he can go there. What is this happening? Just by seeing, by looking at you being happy, by looking at your children being happy. This is again, ya Ikhwan Muslim. These are the things, we like to put on. See, today I'm eating this, I'm in this restaurant, I had this meal and I have done this and I have done that. Yani, what do you expect then? If you do this and you don't even take care of what you are doing. So stop posting pictures of your families, of your children. Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, stop posting pictures of your foods and kitchens. Yani back home from our families. People are fighting to feed their kids for one time. They do not have enough to feed their families for one time. And we go to 5-star restaurants and we post pictures on the Facebook and we are showing them, what are they going to do? Yani, are they going to say, MashaAllah? They're going to say, you are eating in 5-star restaurant and you can't even send me $100. Yani, maybe you're doing the best. This is not what I mean. But yani, what do you expect when you do this? You don't expect people to say, Subhanallah and MashaAllah. And as I have said, ya Ikhwan Muslimin, these things we all do for what? To get a comment. OMG, wow. To get a like. I've got 200 likes. I've got 500 likes. You have got 200 haters. You have got 500 jealousers. Showing off your house, your furniture, your TV. Our sister making on social media, making their TikToks and their, I don't know what else, shorts and stuff called, with all the clothes they have, with all the jewelry they have, with all the makeup there. Yani, what is this? You really want to end up in a bad situation because somebody would look at you and would say something bad and that's going to affect you? Ya Ikhwan Muslimin, this is how the evil eye happens. This is how the houses, the families, the children, the marriages gets destroyed. Don't take it light. Don't take it as that's it. It has happened with others and it's not going to happen with me. As long as we are in this world, whatever happens with others can happen to us at any time. Because we're in the same world. We are breathing the same air. And then we start complaining, my health is going down. My children are not obedient. And especially for our sisters, my spouse has changed. My husband doesn't listen to me. He don't look at me anymore, and blah and blah and blah. Why? Al-aynul haqq. Evil eye is haqq. Walau kana shay'un sabaq al-qadr. And if something was to precede qadr, destiny, sabaqatahul ayn. It would be the evil eye which would have preceded the qadr. Yani this hadith itself is a lecture in itself. This is how strong and how effective. I wouldn't say effective. This is how strong and this is how much effect the evil eye have on others. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our families. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our loved ones, inshallah. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quran al-azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bima fihi min ayati wa dhikril hakim. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وللسائرين من المسلمين والمسلمات.